See if one of these chests has some armor for you. See if one of these chests has some armor for you.
Okay, I have no idea why it didn't save our previous game properly.
One of these chests has some armor.
I told it to. But I also don't know why this idiot keeps telling me to do the same thing again and again and again either.
See if one of these chests has some armor.
So I'm not going to reread that whole book that I read before because
You gotta get that armor.
it should be
Sword if you swing.
in the previous
Let's keep moving. That thing is still out there.
video. I haven't had a chance to check that video. I took a nap. So I'm just favoriting the healing and destruction spells so that I can hotkey them to 6 and 5.
Come on.
And as you will see, and I'm sure I put this in the last video, but I have ones on every single skill. I am bad at everything. This is your poorly aging, sarcastic, PC Witty gamer right here. And I am playing The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition. I am playing as a KhajKeet named KhajKeet. And I will go into the reason for that name in a moment. Let me get some clothing on first. This being a G-rated YouTube channel, we want to make sure we are wearing clothing at all times. And sorry for the overlap. Like I said, I haven't edited these videos or anything yet. And so, from my point of view, I already did this stuff.
Hear that? Storm clouds. Maybe we can reason with them.
Yeah, watch me reason with them. I think that was very reasonable considering that we're at war with them. And that I want to sell their clothing to make money because I started this game with... How much money did I started this game with 13 gold.
Come on, this way.
I want to do the normal things in this game, like marry an exciting woman, save the day, stop the crisis, all of that stuff. And that, my friends, requires money.
Damn, that dragon doesn't give up easy.
Yeah, don't say the D word here.
We need to get out of Helgen now.
Materials have potions.
That's the end of an old story. See if you can find some potions. Might be in hand.
This cave, if you want to call it that, this seems like more than a cave to me, but it serves as the first and the main tutorial in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. And what I mean by main tutorial is there are certain things like, you know, crafting an iron dagger, for instance, that the first time you do it in the game, there's a little tutorial that you almost don't even notice is a tutorial, but it's going to fire the first time you do that. The first time you use a campfire to cook, it's going to fire a little mini tutorial. But this dungeon, or cave, or whatever you want to call it, serves as the main one. And
Done then? This way.
and this is why we have Hadvar taking us through it and nagging us, telling us what to do again and again and again. And unless you use some kind of a quick start or alternate start mod, you're going to have him telling you what to do no matter how many times you have played The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. So I've played it
Come with us. Need to get out of
for nearly 14,000 hours,
Didn't you hear me? They keep us under attack.
and
Forget the old man. I'll come with you.
it's still doing
Wait a second. Looks like there's something in this cage.
it's still doing
There's something in this.
the tutorials. That's just how it works. I'm not saying it's good or bad. Now I'm putting on special battle mage clothing.
See if you can get it open.
I don't call myself a battle mage. The class I use, I call coward. And what I mean by the coward class is some people like to get up there with a knife, like a dagger, and they stick it at their opponent and all of that. Well, to do that, you really have to be up in their face. And I don't want to be up in their face, because if I'm close enough for them to do that kind of damage to me, that means they're close enough to do that kind of damage. I'm trying to pick him up because I know there's money underneath him. See, there's the money. I've never had him land on top of the money before, but at least I know what to do if he does. So, I don't want to go toe-to-toe with these guys. Some of them are dangerous. And they are trying to kill me, so why would I go toe-to-toe with them if I don't have to? And it turns out I don't have to. I can stand back and lob magic at them, which is what I prefer to do. And if I run out of magic, I can run away like a coward, which is, again, it's called the coward class for a reason. Or I can switch to archery and still stand back and lob, arrows at them until I get my magicka back, and then I can go back to using spells against them. It's even better pretty early on in the game. I get projectile
Let's stick together down here.
magic spells. like a water ball spell, which I can fling at him. It's got a better range than just your standard flame spell. Speaking of that, let's look at our spells, and we will, I don't know if I'm going to use it much, but we will hardwire sparks as well. We'll put it under the 7 key. Now if we hit 6, we have flames, 5 is for healing, and 7 would be sparks. So let's try our sparks. There is one unintended cheat in here, and I don't know if I should really call it a cheat. It's like a cheat and not a cheat, and what I mean by that is I didn't put it in to cheat, so that's why I don't know whether it counts. But the cheat is that because of some combination of my mods, none of the enemies are being aggressive to me. And you might be saying to yourself, you're saying, wait a minute, I saw them fighting you. You actually didn't. What you saw was them fighting my companion. The enemies in this game, for some reason, the last few times I've played it, have gone against my companions. Oh, okay. Now see, this is that bridge we were walking over just a minute or so ago. You see the planks up here, and you can see the sunlight above there, the top of the cave, and see how smooth it is down here and all of that. That's about to change. As soon as we go get Hadvar, the dragon will go over the top of this cave and completely shake it up. He's not a very good companion, Hadvar, in that, as he's lagging behind, he keeps saying to me, quickly now, we've got to get out of this cave, quickly now, quickly. Now see, this right here that we're walking across, it's going to collapse, and the boards will be down there where I just showed you. But I got to find this guy again because he didn't stay with me, even though he was the one saying, we got to get out of here and all of that. So I'll show you right after we go across here. Boom. The dragon goes over the over the top of the cave system, and I'll show you the difference now. And there's the difference. This bridge that we just walked across up there is down here. All the planks are down here. it doesn't exist up there anymore. It's to keep us from going back to the beginning of that cave. Now the cave is in two sections. We could go back to the beginning of the cave. Once we get out of this cave, we could go back to Helgen, I believe. I know you can if you've got Helgen Reborn. But we could go back to the beginning of the cave, but we'd only be able to go through the first half of it, the first section, and then we'd get to this. There's no way to get across it. And once we get out of the cave, we could go back into the cave, but only to this section here, where the bridge is missing. And here are the boards of it. And it looks like, you know, since you could see the way out and everything, it looks like you'd be able to jump or climb or do a combination of that to get out of this cave. You cannot. Now, what I do in my Let's Play series is I try to just be me. So don't expect me to play like you do. This is a role-playing game. There's a lot of different ways to play it. Some people play it as pure evil. Some play it as purely good. Some people just want to kill everybody in sight. People do different things. Obviously, there's 10 different races, 2 different genders. There's a lot of different things they can do. Dude, do something about the spiders.
What next? Junk snakes.
Don't even say it, dude. Now people do make fun of me for using mods. And the idea with mods is, by people who don't use them, or at least claim they don't use them, is that those of us who do use mods are using them either, you know, for naughty reasons, like, you know, nude girl mods or something like that, or they're using them to make the game easier. I can assure you, and I know many of you will turn away from this once I say it, but I can assure you I am doing neither. The only mod I have installed that makes it a little easier is I do have a mod that lets me carry about 700,000 pounds worth of stuff. And I do that not to make the game easier, but simply because I don't want to leave like a battle that I've been in, you know, finding out that I can only pick up 1 or 2 items from those I've defeated, and then, you know, have to find a merchant, sell the items to the merchant so that I've got more room to carry stuff. And then go back to that same battle site and pick up more stuff. I keep doing that until I get through all of it. As the victor in the battle, I believe I have a right to the spoils of the battle, which would be whatever they're carrying, their gold septums, their shields, their weapons, even their clothing. Now I'm going to go back and get that bear. And the reason I'm going to do it is I know that there's a quest later on in the game that wants me to provide bear pelts. And it's just easier to get bear pelts from bears than to buy bear pelts in this game. It wants me to level up, so I will level my health. My priorities are usually speech, destruction, restoration, smithing. But they change during the course of the game. For one thing, not every skill is available every time you level up.
Like the way out. I was starting to wonder if we'd ever reach it.
Now I'm doing this in smaller chunks right now because they're easier to edit. And then, you know, if we have a crash, I lose less footage so that I can actually upload something. I haven't uploaded anything in 3 days. The only reason new things are showing up on the account is because weeks ago I set my uploads, you know, a couple for that day and then a couple for a few days down the road and all of that. And so we still have videos debuting every single day, but I haven't uploaded anything for 3 days because I've had this problem with Skyrim crashing and my recorder not saving all of the footage I shot in Skyrim. Once I get all this edited, there might be 10 or 12 Skyrim videos again, and those I could send them all in one day, but I don't think anybody would watch 12 videos in one day, especially the kind I do. So even then, I'll probably debut 2 of them, and maybe 2 the next day, and 2 and 2 and 2 and all of that. So, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel, and I will be back in a few minutes, which might be tomorrow for y'all.